All right, what we got next?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Jigga. All right. During a press conference to speak about his new partnership with the NFL, Jay-Z explained that he plans to build on the issue with Colin Kaepernick was protesting. However, he thinks we're past kneeling. Jay-Z told reporters, I think we forget that Colin's whole thing was to bring attention to social injustice. So in that case, this is a success. This is the next thing. If protesting on the field is the most effective way, then protesters on the field. But if you have a vehicle that can inspire change, or you can speak to the masses and educate at the same time as well, tell people what's going on so people are not controlling your narrative, not telling you your protest is about this. I think we're past kneeling. I think it's time to go into our actionable items.
Actionable items. What's actionable, Jay-Z? I don't know, man. This whole thing tricky because, to me personally, Jay-Z can do whatever he want to do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Spend his money how he want to spend it. That don't mean you fools got to follow, or you know what I'm saying. You wasn't the one kneeling. You know what I'm saying. You ain't lose no money. You know what I'm saying. What I tell people in these situations, you know what I'm saying. Stop giving all these situations all your energy. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Y'all buying into this and buying into that. Hell, last time I checked, Jay-Z or any of these people don't help nobody or none of us pay our bills.
Absolutely not.
But, I think they just use him as a pawn, man. Halftime shows, you know what I'm saying? He get put in the head, running the show and see who come on stage and stuff like that. All
Hmm.
the hokey pokey
You
dancing, the
heard what he
same
said in
crowd.
this song? I don't need an NFL. I don't need halftime shows. They need me.
Right, right. They need us, yeah.
But my thing with Colin Kaepernick, I don't see an issue, and I don't feel like he's disrespecting the flag, because if you read the Pledge of Allegiance, it says what
I
what is it?
pledge allegiance
To
to
the
the
flag of the
flag.
United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, why would you raise your hand up to the flag if you don't believe in those words? So, instead of him raising his hand, he decided to kneel, or put his hand over his heart. He decided to kneel because he feels that the words that the flag is being represented is not correct. And it is true, because it is injustice. For example, a black man can go out and be in Florida, as an example, stand your ground. A guy comes into his house and he shoots the guy because he feels that, the guy is on his property and communicating a threat to him, so he's standing his ground. He gets 5+ years in prison for manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter. A white man can do the same exact thing. Instead, chase a kid down the street, shoot the kid from the back, go back into his yard, and get stand your ground. No charges.
No charge.
None. But this black man did the same exact thing that the white man did, minus running away, and he's in prison serving time.
Hold
So
up.
he doesn't agree with the justice system, and he used his professional platform to just show that, I don't agree with this injustice, so I'm kneeling towards the flag. But it's not a form of disrespect. Disrespect is like shooting at the flag, stumping on the flag, burning the flag. That's disrespect. But what he did was, just instead of putting his right hand over his heart and pledging allegiance to a flag that's saying liberty and justice for all, it's not. So you can't say, oh well, he was being that's not being disrespectful. And then for Jay-Z to tell people, oh, now you can stop kneeling. Okay, like, are you God? It doesn't work that way. He's just being a pitching pond, and he got his moment, and now he's using it, and he's using it with the NFL. But he just talked all that junk in his song, so that's like controversy. It just doesn't make sense. It's like you saying one thing and you got everybody, oh yeah, we don't need an NFL, and the NFL need us. And then you turn around and now, hey, I'm entering this deal with the NFL. And everybody, no more kneeling. and then you basically, it's not throwing Colin Kaepernick kind of like per se under the bus, but what he's doing is trying to pretty much erase what he did. And I understand that Colin Kaepernick works for the NFL. NFL don't work for him. So that's like he's working.
Well, he ain't in the NFL no more.
Well,
he got a settlement check for it.
Right. But I believe there's a place and a time for everything. And if he didn't agree with, doing the pledge or, standing for the flag and kneeling, then hey, that's, you use your platform as you want to use it. Just like other, for example, like country singers and rock stars, when they're trying to promote things such as like, LGBT rights or child abuse rights or pet rights and things like that with PETA, they use their social platform and stop and promote it. But when people such as Colin Kaepernick and other NBA and NFL players do the same exact thing, they get talked down on, or fire him, you're president, tell him to be fired, or kick him out and call him all kind of SOBs.
That was hysterical.
Politics and NFL has no mix together. They're not one and two. It just that needs to be separated, and he shouldn't have put his place to tell the NFL what they should have had done to a player when that's not his job. When he's not even doing his current job in office, he needs to worry about that instead of trying to still be this TV personality. Couldn't think of the word.
Speaking of Florida and injustice, come on, people. What y'all doing in Florida, man? Why George Zimmer still walking around?
Clearly.
But all y'all talking about, I'm a gangster, I'm this, I'm that. How he still walking around and selling stuff on eBay and stuff?
Sick.
Come on, man. But Colin started off sitting, and then one of the NFL players came to him, and you know what I'm saying, it's more disrespectful, because this guy was prior military, and I guess apparently he told him it'd be better off if he kneeled. That'll show more respect.
Exactly. To the flag. Coming from a patriot.
Oh, by the way, shout out to all my veterans, my active duty soldiers, all my soldiers and my friends deployed. Keep your head up. All y'all across seas, and all my pride service, soldiers. Keep your head up. I just wanted to get in there. And no, it's not disrespect to the flag by kneeling. Not. But you just got to play your cards right,
political over anything just so that they can have a word.
But Colin Kaepernick, he got the bag, man. He took the bag on all y'all and ran.
He got Nike.
Ran with the bag.
And then these idiots out here burning shoes. So Nike honestly is not losing $1 because y'all already purchased these shoes. So y'all are burning your own shoes that you purchased. So Nike's like, okay, whatever. Well, we got a shoe coming out, Colin Kaepernick. So it is what it is. And when his shoe come out, it's gonna be sold.
And I'm gonna get a pair of them Kaepernick 5. Yeah, right.
Whatever.
So I think that's enough with the drama for today. You know what I'm saying? Episode 1. You know what I'm saying? Of the HizandHerz podcast. And to wind down, the show, would like to try something new, to do something at the end of each show, if we could. Based on our experiences and our ups and downfalls through marriage. We decided try to give you guys some marital tips and marriage tips, you know what I'm saying? To try to help you, me for the guys, her for the women, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you haven't dealt with certain situations, but for right now, we'll go over some marriage tips, and we'll start with question 1. We have 3 questions. How can we make our sex life better?
I personally think the way, not just like us and Jet, but as a married couple, to have a better sex life is role playing. I mean, you are with this person to death do you part.
To death do you part.
Why do you want to just keep it basic and boring? You always want to keep it spicy and high, and you always want to try and do different things. Like, even watching pornos. I mean, you could learn a lot, even though, like, some of the stuff seems basic, but when you watch, like, certain type of moves or certain type of positions, you like, oh, shoot, we never tried that before. Like, it's just spicing it up and trying something different. Even dressing up or doing your hair different or putting on a different outfit, and just the way that you display yourself walking into the room, he can just be like, dang, this is what I'm ready for. It's just, you gotta spice it up. Your sex life would be boring if you don't want him to be looking out at other women or other options or opportunities. You have to give him what he wants.
Like, give him what he wants.
Yes.
For me, I would say, fellas, try to put, like she said, spice it up. Change outfits. You know what I'm saying? Role play. Become a different person. If your name James, become Antonio from South Salvador or something like that. Or, if you don't like that, become a big Aztec warrior. Or, hey, rose petals never hurt, fellas. All over the bed. Some chocolate. It's that whipped cream. Me personally, I don't like all that fruit in the bed. I want to eat my fruit. I don't want to put it on your body and all that. But,
you eat it all.
You're going to have to do something special, fellas, to keep it interesting, especially if that's the only woman you're going to be sleeping with for the rest of your life. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, wow. Don't say it like that.
And then I was hit by lightning.
Whatever.
All right. So, question number 2. Oh, by the way, I hope that answered your question. By the way, people, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HizandHerz Podcast, on Facebook at HizandHerz Barnett, and don't forget to hit that like button to subscribe. And if you want to make donations, you can make donations to HizandHerz Cash App and HizandHerz Podcast PayPal. Once again, that's HizandHerz Podcast at Cash App, and PayPal is HizandHerz Podcast. So, hit that like button, people. Question 2. How are we going to make decisions about whose career comes first? Well, I'll handle that first. So, you know what I'm saying? Coming from an impoverished background and all the odds stacked against me, per se, the white man be having his foot on my neck. That's what they be saying. You always talk about the white man holding you down and you can't get no job. Hell yeah. But you got to fight through that, fellas, you know what I'm saying? Even if your spouse or your woman or your fiance makes more money than you and has a better than career than you, you know what I'm saying? Don't look at it in a bad way. Don't get intimidated, you know what I'm saying? Don't feel, you know what I'm saying, less manly, dismasculated, if that's a word. You know what I'm saying? Just try to help your spouse out and get her to understand your situation, you know what I'm saying? And what's going on in your life, you know what I'm saying? And just try to get her to see the picture of where you trying to head as well. And, you might not take the same path, but you know what I'm saying, as long as you headed to the same destination, as long as both of y'all get there, you should be all right.
Agree. So, like, in our particular situation, I'm not going to say, like, my career came first, but my schooling came first. So I was able to go to school and get my MBA and a couple of other master's degrees along the way while I worked and he worked part time and was home with the kids because it was cheaper. Because daycare, as you know, ladies and gents, it's expensive,
Chop your
especially
leg off.
of us having twins. We were gonna be looking at like $1,400 a month. That's more than mortgage and rent and light bills and all that stuff together. It was just expensive, so it made more economical sense for us. So for other people, I would say you would need to raise out the pros and cons. If you have children, then of course the person who makes the most money and that's going to be able to take care of the whole household should be the person's whose career comes first. And then the second person career could still be going, and you just make sure you continue to support that person so that they don't get lost as well. Because just because you have your career going doesn't mean that your other spouse has ambitions and goals, and by you just keep pushing you, it's like your spouse is like, okay, well, when is it going to be me? I want to do this or I want to do that. You still have to be mindful that other people still has a life outside of like your actual full marriage that they want to fulfill. They still have dreams. They still have ambitions. They still have goals. There's things that they want to do, but you just have to make sure that y'all talk, communicate, and make sure that you give the other person their time as well so that they can have their come up that can help benefit the family as well. So it's not really whose career comes first. It's just who's going to start out first and who's going to take it over and finish it.
And hell, adding on to that, most of the time, most black people don't even have a damn career. Just got a job. Damn. That's how it happened, man. Just got a damn job. What career? Shit. Moving on. Last question. How soon after an argument can we laugh about it all?
I'm part of the petty train, so.
Let me just get this out of the way, fellas. As soon as you go apologize, then everything will start going back to normal. Apologize. Here, look. Do it with me. We'll do it together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry I made you mad. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to speak that way.
Yep.
Trust me.
It works. I'm a part of the petty train, so until I get all that, you won't hear from me. I'll be quiet. Solo dolo. Happy spouse, happy house, happy wife, happy life.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that. So I hope that answered y'all questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed y'all time with us. Once again, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HizandHerz Podcast. That's HISZ.
No.
HIZ. It's late, fellas. You can tell we got kids that got school in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
At HizandHerz Podcast, Instagram. HISHIZAND HERZ PODCAST.
This is our first show, so please believe our next episode, you'll be able to see everything at the bottom of the screen. It's going to tell you moving forward. This is our pilot, so we're new.
Everything will be in the description below.
Yes.
Everything will be in the description below, so you can click and follow. So don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And
make sure I got my likes right.
Your likes.
Like.
Over here. This camera. So I definitely got to fix that. So with that being said, love, peace, people. We love you. We hope you had a good time. We out.
The Burnetts.
We love you. Peace.
You say I couldn't get in my element.